You know what art style really moves me? I mean, really gets me spinning? Kinetic art. Art that moves or appears to move. Before kinetic art rose in popularity in the 1950s, few artists created movable artwork, the exception being, if you can recall, Duchamp's Ready-Made, a bicycle wheel mounted on a stool. Could his Dada sculpture of the 20s have been inspiration for kinetic art of the 50s? Why not? Art styles are always getting inspiration from the past and, in turn, influencing future styles. Master of the kinetic artist, Alexander Calder, created mobiles, or sculptures that, when hung from the ceiling, would move and spin at the slightest hint of a breeze. If you have ever seen a mobile hanging over a baby's crib, you know where they got the idea. It was almost as if Calder created the sculpture and then it performed for the audience on its own. This added change and movement as additional aesthetic factors. Art no longer had to be static. The forms Calder suspended from wires were designed as organic shapes, resembling leaves, fish, birds, etc. The colors he used were pure hues of black, white, yellow, red, and blue. One of his sculptures, standing in a body of water, actually employs a fountain and moves as the water sprays on the lower section of the mobile. Calder has created stationary sculptures as well, and just as his moving ones were called mobiles, his non-moving sculptures are called stabiles. Side note, it was actually Dada artist Marcel Duchamp who first dubbed Calder's moving sculptures as mobiles, and Dada artist Hans Arp who coined the non-moving ones as stabiles. Kinetic artist George Rickey was known for his outdoor sculptures that depended on the elements to create movement. This spurred from his personal loves of mechanics and engineering. His large-scale metal sculptures, weighing up to a ton, would move in response to the gentlest of breezes, but could withstand up to 80-mile-per-hour winds. His later work, delicate in comparison, uses lightweight technology and materials created for aircraft construction. These works were also wind-activated. Continuing into the 60s, 70s, and beyond, many artists began to create kinetic artwork, and the variety grew exponentially. Take the Cybernetic sculptures by Nicholas Schaffer, for example, which are affected by sound intensity, light intensity, and heat. How does this work, you ask? His sculptures contain a microphone and photoelectric cells. The activity within the sculpture speeds up in silence and darkness and calms down with the addition of noise and light. Another contemporary kinetic artist, Takis, creates telemagnetic sculptures which seem to defy gravity. This adds the element of interest visually and scientifically. Others still use everything from natural forces to electronics to show the public just what moves them.